Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with a very popular deck this format. A deck that has seen many lists, the Lyrilusc Tribrigade deck. Now I've been playing this deck for a little while, as you've seen on the channel, ever since it got popularized. I've been working on the deck and the different variants. I've been getting a lot of help from Suffer White Joe and from Raphael Neven, who are amazing with the deck. And yeah, with the new LCS result that when it got first place actually, with the Small World package, I wanted to put my own twist on it. So here's my new Lyrilusc Tribrigade deck profile. Now, by no means this is not an original deck at all. People are already playing this, but this does have my twist, some other decks that you might consider, and generally the way I like to think and I like to approach the game and the decks. So yeah, let's straight up just go into it. Starting off, of course, with the main deck. So we play Triple Warbler. I think this is just the best card in the entire deck. I'm not going to lie. Triple Cobalt and Triple Barrel, which is all the cards that you really need at 3. I think all these cards are insane. Barrel is just like insane follow-up and like huge one card go into Zeus card, for example, when you're going second. And the Cobalt and the Turquoise are of course the most important starters and the one that fetches out other cards. Then I played double Swallow. There are some people playing one Swallow, and instead the double Wagtail. I only play one Wagtail. I just think that like the utility behind the double Swallow will be way better than a Wagtail, especially if you already just like open. If you already open the bird call, then a Wagtail is just like significantly worse. Except with like Swallow is just different. If you already have a monster on the field, you can just summon anything like a Nerval from your hand that you have already without searching the proper setup in case you get stopped or something. I just like the second Swallow a little bit more than the second Wagtail. Then for the Trice, triple Fractal, triple Nerval. It's kind of solved. Kit and Karaz. Pretty standard if I'd say so myself. For the Lyrilusc and the Tri-Brigade engine. It's not really gonna change. Ooh. Then one Apex Avian to summon up the Cyborg. We're not playing Barrier Statue. Barrier Statue is really bad in this deck. Don't play Barrier Statue. Your end port already deals with like special summons with the Ensemble Robin. Why would you want to stop your opponents and then have a Robin on the field? That doesn't do anything. So just having the Apex is definitely enough. Just summon this in defense in the end phase and you are completely fine. The last card, the monsters, is Dynatherium, of course, with the Small World package. This is a wind beast. So basically, oh, this is not the third Small World. There it is. Great deck profile so far. So the Small World, in case you do not know what it does, since it is a wind, you can basically from any card go into any card. If you open Swallow, but you need to go to Warbler, you can Small World, banish Warbler, banish Dynatherium. They're both wind, don't share any different or additional stats. And then add the Warbler because they're both wind and don't share any different stats. You can also Dynatherium into Kit or Dynatherium into Karaz in case it comes up. Because it's wind, you can also search Apex and might come up. You can search Nerval. It's level 4 and it doesn't share any other stats, so you can also search Fractal in case it needs to come up, in case you need a Tri-Brigade. So I think that's the Small World utility is very good for the deck. Dynatherium is a beast himself, which can definitely come up in case you hard draw Oath or in case you get Oath into a different thing and it's just an extender. So I really like this card. It actually fits in the deck way more than I would like to admit, which is why I wanted to try it out. And this deck doesn't often need the extra consistency, but just having the option to go to from one name to literally any other name in your deck, it's just insane. And you can play with one less card anyway, so yeah, I really like this package in the deck. Then, of course, triple Bird Call. For going second, I still like Droplets. I don't play Darkrooter in the main. I don't like playing Darkrooter in the main. I just really like the versatility of the Droplets. I just think this card is nice. And even in case your opponent has like a very insane board, you can Droplets and then just Barrel Canary for a Zeus, so you still have something. I think this is just the best card to play through stuff. Unlike Darkrooter no more. And it's just defensive as well. I just said it. It's really good. Then we play the one of Tanky, of course. 1-for-1. Foolish. Monster Reborn. Called by the Grave. 5 cards that are limited for a good reason. So we play them all. And that is really it for the spell cards. For the trap cards, There are a couple. Triple Imperm. I don't want to play into talents. I really like Imperm again, very versatile. And I think that this is definitely good with the droplets nowadays, because you can just draw phase, main phase, activate Imperm. Then they made you bait out a negate, then you chain droplets, sending Imperm and a monster, so they cannot oath you in the mirror, which is very, very big because you send us traps, so it can just respond with traps. Might be very relevant. So I wanted to play Imperm in this deck as some form of hand traps. I don't really like other hand traps in this format that much. And then the last card, of course, is the Oath. Coming into the main deck from the side deck, definitely has a place. In just normal combos, you will always go through the Oath. So that's really, really, really nice. For the extra deck, this might be cursed. I play double Recital. People have been saying you should always play 3. Some people have been saying you do not need the 3rd. I choose to play around a little bit with some other options. I'm a big Tri-Brigade player, so I really look at those lines a lot. So I have some extra Tri-Brigades cards in here that you'll see later. I think that 2 is definitely enough. If you go second, you can just OTK with 2 of them. And if you go first, you only really need 2 of them, and there's not really going to be a third 3. So I don't really see the reason why you should ever play 3. Utopic Future, Utopic Draco Future, 2 just solid cards within the deck. 1 Nightingale, 1 Robin, 1 Zeus. I do not play Downerd for the Zeus, because you can just make like any of these with like multiple level 1s anyway, or you can attach from the grave as well. I just think that like the 1 Zeus is genuinely fine, and Downerd would just get interrupted most of the time anyway, so I didn't really want to waste a spot to that. Then for the Link monsters, Almirage is still just very important, so we still play it. 1 Blossom, 1 Double Dragon Lords, 1 Cymark, of course, pretty standard. Then I wanted to play the Doom Eagle. Doom Eagle is just very, very good versus DPE and versus the other Destineers that still lie in the grave. So I really liked the idea behind the Doom Eagle because he has a lot of utility, more than people like to give him credit for. And I play Access Code Talker, so that the Tri-Brigades that you have as a follow-up, which 90% of the time you just have some good follow-up, or you can search Nerval in a way. You can just like always OTK. This has given me so many games where I like tried to combo off, but I ended up like playing through a little bit of stuff. And then you can just like, okay, Access Code Talker, and then nobody really expects it anymore in this deck. That it just comes out of thin air because you banish 3 and then just summon Access Code. I really am liking this package. It does take up 2 slots, like the third recital or maybe a second variant. So far I've been really liking it, so yeah, I could definitely go try that out in case you are missing some going second potential. I've been really liking it. And then double Shurake, that's 1 more than the previous time because yeah, this is really necessary for the combo. Nowadays you often banish 4 for the Shurake and then link him off for Ferrigit, or add 1 with the Shurake and then you still have full combo. But that means that you don't have a second one in your extra deck in case you have to use it on the turn 3. And this is still one of the best cards in the entire deck. With the banish that doesn't target and the search, it's just very, very wild. So I really wanted to play it too. And yeah, I think that's also pretty standard nowadays, if I'm not mistaken. Then, Firestorm, in case you go first. Very, very solid. Dark Cyborg, in case you play against back row decks. You just summon this, your opponent cannot set spell and traps. Insta win versus Outledge. Lightning Storm for back row. Reboot for back row. The Dark Rooters are here, but in the side deck. Lancia, the most powerful hand trap this format. It covers so many decks, it's insane. Like, genuinely, it covers so many decks, it's insane. Which is why I just wanted to have it in there. I don't really like hand traps, but if there's a hand trap you should play, it's probably Lancia. Last card is Order. If we go first, you can side this in. Will you draw it? Probably not. If you draw it, it's just nice. Extra Dark Rooter or droplet coverage, which is just very insane. So yeah. This deck is wild. This deck is difficult to play. This deck is fun. I've been really, really liking my time with the deck. It's definitely something new that we were missing. A little bit of breath of fresh air. So definitely go try it out if you haven't. And yeah, I really like this build. Let me know what you have different in your deck, because I know there's going to be a lot of people that have different deck lists than I have. I've been really liking this version so far, but of course this is one of those decks that will change literally every week. So yeah, maybe next week we'll have another deck profile. It's gonna be completely different, and definitely running up to the YCS, it's gonna be very cool to see what different decks will top. I know that Raphael has been working on the new list that he maybe is playing, so maybe a feature in the near future. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next one.